What's new with the UAW strike and how is it impacting fleets? What safety initiative is the FMCSA working on? How can you reduce catalytic converter theft? And how is one company working to increase inclusivity and diversity? Get ready as I cover all of that and way more in the 98th episode of the Top News Recap from Truck Chat. I'm Lauren Fletcher, Executive Editor of Fleet Trucking and Transportation at Bobit. Let's check out the top work, truck, and van fleet news highlights as of October 31st of 2023. But before I continue, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. We can't talk about automotive news without discussing the UAW strike, so I'll start here this month. With things changing every day, I won't go into details that might change tomorrow, but for anyone who hasn't been watching the news, the UAW contract ended September 14th. The original UAW demands included a 46% pay raise, a 32-hour work week with 40 hours of pay, and a restoration of traditional pensions. The strike was focused on the big three automakers, namely Ford, Stellantis, and General Motors, but has also expanded to include Mack Trucks. Current impacts include temporary layoffs, plant closures, and the announcement that Stellantis will not be participating in CES 2024. Economic losses were estimated at just under $4 billion in the first 2 weeks alone. Despite the challenges, fleet managers must prepare for potential disruptions by diversifying suppliers, planning ahead for alternate vehicles, and managing inventories effectively. Check out the link below for up-to-date and ongoing coverage of the UAW strike and info fleets need to know. Moving into safety news, the FMCSA unveiled an $80 million initiative to boost truck safety nationwide. The funding aims to significantly mitigate the frequency and severity of commercial motor vehicle accidents across the nation, while concurrently supporting truck drivers through various strategic interventions. Grant recipients, including states, local governments, nonprofit organizations, and academic institutions, are set to channel these funds into multifaceted projects. Key initiatives for the grant framework include real-time truck parking access, automated driver alerts, technological enhancements, and efforts to combat human trafficking. And catalytic converter thefts are still a big issue for commercial fleets. Velocity and CA-Track Technologies announced a patent-pending device that fleet owners can use to combat the increasingly prevalent threat of catalytic converter theft. According to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, catalytic converter thefts increased from 16,600 claims in 2020 to 64,701 claims in 2022, while a study conducted by Carfax estimates that as many as 153,000 vehicles had the part stolen that year. The CA-Track device immediately alerts owners, managers, security personnel, and law enforcement to catalytic converter theft attempts. In event of a robbery attempt, the harness is severed or subjected to vibration, it triggers an immediate activation of the siren while simultaneously alerting the owner through the mobile app. Additionally, a GPS signal is initiated to trace the catalytic converter's location online precisely. And did you hear that through J3 Management Group, a nationwide fleet management support company, recently received national certification as a minority business enterprise through the Georgia Minority Supplier Development Council? This certification highlights the company's commitment to diversity, inclusion, and excellence in business operations. The GMSDC is a highly respected organization that promotes the growth and development of minority-owned businesses throughout Georgia. The MBE certification process is rigorous and requires companies to meet strict criteria to demonstrate their status as a minority-owned and operated business. The certification will open new opportunities for J3 Management Group to participate in supplier diversity programs and partner with corporations supporting minority-owned businesses. And checking in with electric updates, Amerit Fleet Solutions announced a service agreement with ChargePoint, making collaborative effort to deliver nationwide maintenance and support services for ChargePoint stations. Amerit's team of more than 2,200 technicians will deliver preventive maintenance, inspections, and warranty repairs for ChargePoint's charging stations throughout the United States. And looking at the latest Automaker updates. Ford has introduced the Ford F-150 Lightning Flash, a tech-forward model in the Lightning lineup that is under $70,000. The F-150 Lightning Flash expands on the XLT model line by adding in-demand tech capabilities, including an extended range battery with a targeted EPA estimated range of 320 miles, available Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving, and more. F-150 Lightning drivers can access the Blue Oval Charge Network, North America's largest public charging network with more than 84,000 chargers as well. In additional Ford news, Ford Pro announced the 24 model year F-150 Lightning Pro fleet order banks are officially open. Plus, the company offers other features now to manage range, including preconditioning and intelligent range. Additional updates also include a new onboard charging configuration. And Mack Trucks has announced Mack Connect, a comprehensive fleet management portal enabling customers to digitally access information about the Mack-powered trucks in their fleet. Mack Connect consolidates essential information about a customer's truck, services, and unique applications. The information is then translated into fuel efficiency, safety, and productivity enhancements. The Mack Connect toolbox encompasses data on asset location, idle time, traffic conditions, fuel efficiency, safety metrics, and vehicle speed. Customers can monitor the status of their Mack vehicles through a 4G telematics gateway, which is a factory installed at Lehigh Valley Operations in Pennsylvania. This facility serves as the assembly point for all Class 8 Mack vehicles destined for North America and export. And taking a look at OEM truck sales. According to the most recent data from Bobit, 2023 calendar year-to-date truck and SUV sales to fleets is up 42.6% compared with data from last year. As the automakers presented their third quarter updates, we pulled the top highlights out. Ford posted gains across its gas, electric, and hybrid vehicle lines in the third quarter of 2023. Ford hybrid sales, led by F-150 and Maverick hybrid trucks, posted Q3 sales of 34,861 vehicles, up 41.4% over last year. F-150 hybrid sales expanded 46.9% on sales of 12,311 trucks. Maverick hybrid now represents 56.5% of all Maverick trucks sold. Q3 Maverick sales totaled 23,931 trucks, an increase of 83% over last year. Ford's Transit van sales climbed 28.3% on sales of 34,006 vans. General Motors and its dealers delivered 674,336 vehicles in the U.S. in the third quarter of 2023, up 21% year over year. Strong customer demand for GM's portfolio of trucks and SUVs drove sales growth across all its brands in the third quarter. GM's total sales are up 19% for the calendar year. Specific to pickup trucks, Chevrolet Colorado sales were up 28%, with GMC Sierra up 46% year to date. Toyota Motor North America reported U.S. September 2023 sales of 203,904 vehicles, up 13.9% on a volume basis and up 9.5% on a daily selling rate basis versus September of 2022. Digging into truck sales, overall truck sales for Toyota in September 2023 were 31,840 units for the North American division, down 2.1% from September 2022. But calendar year-to-date sales for the pickup truck division are up by just under 22,000 units. The Toyota Tacoma experienced a 7.8% sales decline, while the Toyota Tundra was up 10.3%. And the Nissan Group has reported strong third quarter sales for its Nissan division with a 40.2% increase over last year's figures. While Nissan Frontier sales were down 10.9% year over year, overall Nissan truck sales have seen an increase of 34.5%. This overall increase was primarily due to the performance of the Nissan Titan, which saw a 280.9% increase in sales year over year for the quarter. Have you been keeping an eye on your video notifications? In addition to monthly news recaps, Truck Chat has several other video series, including Faces of Fleet, where we get to know more about the incredible people that make up our industry, Fleet 101, where we dig into the topics you may not know as much about as you think, and Vehicle Walkarounds, where we share the latest and greatest info on vehicles you might be looking at for your operations, as well as several years of past models for remarketing or used truck research. Don't miss an interview or walkaround from your favorite fleet resource. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Truck Chat. So much goes on in our industry, it's tough to catch it all, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. To read it all, head on over to worktruckonline.com, bookmark the page, and sign up for our newsletters. And while you're here, check out the rest of our YouTube channel, subscribe to our podcasts, and follow us on your favorite social platforms so you never miss an update from your #1 vocational truck resource, Work Truck.